Dun 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 dun.
When you called out Anthony Joshua, were you on cocaine? No, I don't do that thing. But I would if you got some. Why did you do that? To be the heavyweight champion of the world. His chin's gone. But he's still Anthony Joshua. Which is stiff and no rhythm, no skill, just power. You're serious about fighting him? Yeah. It's in 2026. We already talked. Congrats on having such massive balls and also being super rich.
There is Logan Paul questioning his younger brother Jake Paul about Anthony Joshua and this seriousness of that fight. And my counterpunch to his question is sensible, and it's the same thing people ask, like, what's the deal? What's up with you? You know what I mean? Like, you really gonna fight Anthony Joshua? Being stiff and no chin and all this, and being just power and that's it. I think Jake needs to understand what level he's on. And I agree with Logan, because you got to have some big balls to call out AJ. Especially, you've only fought heavyweight. You have only fought once in the heavyweight division, and that's an exhibition with a 60-year-old man. Mike Tyson's a legend, but Mike Tyson's old. You know what I mean? And you go from that to AJ, you got to have some square balls to be doing so. Absolutely. And he's reiterating that he wants to do it. He says it's set for 26, which I don't know what that means, because we don't know what Joshua will be doing, because he just got injured. So, any idea of him fighting this year is out simply based off the injury. And, they're not even taking anything up for chance. So if AJ's going to come back, he's going to come back correct. He's not going to come back half-assed. He's not going to come back with a possible opportunity to fight the champion. They're going to make sure he's ready. All the T's crossed and all the I's dotted. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen with AJ. So this freak fight with Jake Paul, it may just be next year when AJ ain't got really nothing to do, which in that case would make more sense. Because if he loses again, if he loses the opportunity, for that championship, because Usyk, I think, has to retire. So once Usyk retires and AJ may still be around, he may have an opportunity to fight for one of the belts to become a 3-time heavyweight champion. And in that case, he may push that Jake Paul fight. But once he does that, Jake Paul is going to want an opportunity to fight him with that damn belt, because as you just heard him say, I want to be heavyweight champion of the world. Well, fighting AJ, he has to be in position to be a champion for you to want to fight him. You know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense in otherwise, because if that's the case, why don't you go after Dubois and get your wig split? Definitely. One thing about Dubois lately, he may be kind of detached and not very verbal, and we haven't heard from him. But I bet you my house that Daniel Dubois would beat the brakes off of Jake Paul with all confidence. Yeah, I would be pretty safe with that bet. You know what I mean? If I had to bet on anything, Dubois would beat the brakes off of someone like Jake Paul. You know what I mean? That's standard. 1 round or 2, he's done. Maybe 1 round, he's done. Because I don't see Jake, because Jake's strong. But then here's something that we haven't talked about before jumping off of here. If he's talking about going up in weight, he's talking about fighting to be a champion. Well, you're going to have to do boxing protocol. What is boxing protocol? Testing. That's right. See, these fights with Jake Paul, I don't think they've tested him at all. Bars. I don't think that that's been the case at all, because he runs the show. It's on Netflix. It's an exhibition. It's not a sanctioned fight. So that being said, it's a lot of things that he could get away with, but he won't be able to do that with VADA or USADA or whoever regulates a fight like that. UCAD, BBB of C, you know what I mean? They're going to want urine samples and blood from Jake Paul. And if he can't deliver urine samples or refuses, that's going to raise a huge red flag. But you guys tell me what you think of Jake Paul reiterating he wants AJ. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.